My apologies for being late with today's video reporting your complimentary plays, which I'll get to in just a second, but I've been a migraine sufferer since I've been 5 or 6 years old, and over the years I've gone through a hell of a lot of different neurologists, but for the past 10 years or so, I've been going to a great place in Philadelphia, the Jefferson Migraine Clinic, which is one of the nationally recognized centers, and they've got me on a great regimen of prophylactic medicines. And listen, I'm not one to complain. I am not one of these guys that thankfully, a lot of people, they see the auras, they've got the nauseousness, they've got to sit down in darkened rooms and they're incapacitated for days. 99.9% of the time I just plow through and keep working through the migraine and live with the pain. But there are those occasions about once, maybe every month or so, where I get one. It's like Keith Moon came back from the dead and he's playing a drum solo and then crashing the instruments. And that's what today was like inside my head. My God. And by the time you take the drugs to alleviate part of the pain, whew, I'm telling you, I took a shower today and it was like the water was hurting me when I was washing my hair. So anyway, let's get to the complimentary plays without further ado. In terms of who's hot, well, again, that would be me. I won again yesterday, another raise the bar 20 dime play as I cashed in with the Cleveland Indians. And I hope you got the analysis because it showed you again how important it is with baseball to always look at the home-road splits for some pitchers. It's inexplicable. I mean, there is just absolutely no logic behind where some guys perform so much better on the road than they do at home. Case in point, yesterday's Indians pitcher, Carlos Carrasco. You look at the past 2 years, how he is far superior on the road than he is pitching at Progressive Field. Yesterday, 7 1/3 innings of 4-hit shutout ball with 10 strikeouts at Minnesota as the Indians won 2-0 on the run line. As I said, another raise the bar 20 dime release, and I'm going for number 6 out of 7 since last Friday with another raise the bar 20 dime play tonight as I go for winning day number 24 out of 34 overall. And that goes on the early evening card. And just like all the other ones, you get it for over half price, or you get it for half price off by using coupon code RAISE. And the other big play would be from Jack Brayman, top-rated 100 dime winner, number 42 out of 64 and 11 out of 14 since 5 Thursdays ago, the 4th of July, to be specific. Underdog of the year goes on the early evening card, one of your early nighttime games. You get it for over half price off by using coupon code Jack. Yes, his first name, J-A-C-K. Let me talk about one of the interesting games here tonight. It's on the late card. It is San Francisco and Arizona. Great pitching matchup we should have with Madison Bumgarner and Zach Greinke on the hill. Zach Greinke has just been on one of those rolls, and when he gets on one of those rolls, you just have to take note. Now, Greinke, 7-0 with a 1.53 earned run average in his last 8 starts. 53 strikeouts, 7 walks, and 53 innings in that 8-start stretch. His first 2 starts out of the break, at home against Colorado, 8 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 13 strikeouts. That was his most recent, or his first start out of the break. And then his most recent start at San Diego, a team that he has just tortured throughout his career. 7 innings of 6-hit, 1-run ball, and 6 strikeouts. And going into the break, his final start before the All-Star break at Atlanta, a strong start in that one, 7 2/3 innings of work, 4 hits, no runs allowed, and 7 strikeouts. Now, he has also tortured the San Francisco Giants during his career. 12-2 with a 2.31 earned run average and 18 career starts. This year pitching at Chase Field, 5-1 with a 2.39 earned run average. Last year at home, 13-1 with a 2.87 earned run average. But if you like Arizona tonight, which I do, you have to play the Diamondbacks on the run line. And if you do so, you get Arizona at plus $1.30. The reason you have to do so is because Madison Bumgarner, who started off slowly in his first 3 starts after starting the season on the disabled list, didn't pitch well in those first 3 outings. I remember in his 4th start off the DL, that's when I rode him, and since then he's been pitching outstanding ball. 2.44 earned run average in his last 7 starts with 42 strikeouts and 44 1/3 innings. But the one thing that struck me in breaking down this matchup is that if you look at his overall performance against the Diamondbacks over the year, you see a 2.60 earned run average in 31 career outings against Arizona, but you only see a 9-11 record because he's continually been victimized by a lack of offensive support. And the way I look at it is the Giants have been pretty much a punchless offensive team all season. That's the bottom line. And you've got a Giants team that, didn't really make any moves prior to the trading deadline. On the other hand, you got an Arizona team that went out and got Eduardo Escobar to patch up those holes on the left side of their infield. Went out and got two valuable short men to shore up the back end of their bullpen, and Brad Ziegler and Jake Diekman. So I think that Arizona has the advantage here, although granted, I think it's going to be another tight, low-scoring game. And let's face it, Arizona has shown you this season that they are a team, much like the next team I'm going to talk about, Philadelphia, that has the tendency to go through these swoons offensively where they score a lot of runs and then the offense dries up. But at this price, minus the 1.5 runs, I just can't ignore the Diamondbacks at plus money at $1.30 with the way Greinke has been pitching on the hill. So I'm going to go with Greinke and the Diamondbacks on the run line as a home dog. The other play is going to be Philadelphia on the run line, plus $1.10 at home tonight against Miami. Now, you may recall in yesterday's video report, I went against Miami and the rookie pitcher Pablo Lopez when he was scheduled to go at Atlanta. And of course, that game got rained out. Listen, this game, I'm sitting in suburban Philadelphia. Every couple minutes, it either a downpour or the sun is out and it's humid as hell. So God knows if this game is going to be played here tonight. However, I do not like Lopez, and I do not like the Miami Marlins. But the only problem is that means I've got to go with Philadelphia. A Philadelphia team that snapped its 4-game losing streak with the 3-1 win behind Jake Arrieta as a road dog at Boston a couple of nights ago. A game in which I had a 20-dime play on the Phillies that night. However, in their last 5 games, the Phillies have only scored 10 runs. In their prior 8 games, they put 52 on the board. Again, it's a feast or famine team, much like Arizona. And they've got a pitcher, Nick Pivetta, tonight, who has had 2 distinct splits in the season. First 10 starts this year, let me just get you his exact numbers. Nick Pivetta, first 10 starts. Damn it, I wrote it down. First 11 starts, 3.26 earned run average. His last 10 starts in which the Phillies have gone 3-7, his ERA is 6.84. He has electric stuff. It's just sometimes, that electric stuff clears the fences like you wouldn't believe. And he's had a 6.58 earned run average in 5 career starts against Miami. But again, this is as much about going against Pablo Lopez, who's making his 6th start for Miami in the majors, a 5.34 earned run average in his first 5 starts. He gave up 4 runs in 5 2/3 innings and a home loss to Washington last Friday. You've got a Miami team that is 12 games under 500 on the road, and a Philadelphia team that coming back home after a much-needed split at Boston after losing 3 out of 4 at Cincinnati has played great at Citizens Bank Park at 34-18. Of the 2 plays, I obviously lean a little more toward Arizona as the home dog on the run line with Greinke on the hill, and then it would be Philadelphia as the home dog as well, plus $1.10 on the run line as your second of the 2 complimentary plays in terms of which one I like. Preseason football getting underway tonight. Listen, it's a preseason game. It's a preseason Hall of Fame game, right? It's a week 1 game. Preseason football. Let's be serious. It's a joke. It's like me standing in line at 7-Eleven and seeing people in front of me buying scratch-off tickets when I'm sitting there going, hey, guys, I've won 24 of the last 44 days in baseball. You want a winner? It's a 50-50 proposition. I can give you a better winner than you got a chance of winning those scratch-off tickets. That's how I view preseason football. Is it a 50-50 betting proposition? Absolutely, but knowledge is king when it comes to gambling. You have knowledge when you have baseball stats in front of you because you've got pitchers that, for the most part, have made 25 starts on the season. You've got teams that you can see how they are streaking. But what can you tell me about the Ravens and the Bears tonight? Oh, you can tell me about projected starting quarterback rotations. You can tell me who may or may not see, one series of action tonight. But can you tell me who's going to be seeing the bulk of the action in the 3rd quarter and the 4th quarter? Those free agent guys who are probably going to be as unemployed in the NFL as you or I in a week from now? Yeah, that's where your money is going to be. So if you have a quarter to flip for tonight's game, you got as good a chance as anybody as winning this game. Now, you want to get to the second preseason game where the starters may play 2 series, maybe 3. You want to get to the third week of preseason where the starters are generally going to play at least one half, and then you want to talk about which coaches are more motivated about playing well in the preseason. But otherwise, keep betting baseball. F this preseason action. That's how I feel. I've spoken. We'll talk again tomorrow. Good luck, guys.